incredible night. For a large part, you're chasing the game down to 10 men. It's not looking good, but quite an incredible turnaround for your team.
We didn't panic. I know it was a very quiet St James's Park in the first half, but there was no panic on the bench, no panic on the pitch. The opposition are entitled to play their game, and they played it. They didn't create many chances with it, but they got a penalty, and they were ahead. And I have to say, the players kept their nerve really well. There's only no one but the players got themselves back in that game. And they kept the nerve, and they turned and turned and turned it up. And even with 11 men against us, I think we were back in that game in the second half. We looked likely to score. We got the goal, and going into extra time, I still thought we'd score, even against 11. The players really dug deep today, and it was a really rewarding win, because it was a tough evening, and they really maximised their performance, so I'm really proud of them tonight.
And that double substitution really paid off, because literally seconds later that burst of pace and you've got a penalty.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan Harley and Hiram Boateng, they were both, I wouldn't say they were injured, but they both had knocks and soreness from the weekend, and the prospect of 120 minutes was too much, so they both started on the bench, and of course Carl Edwards came on and did his thing as well. So all three players made a big difference to our performance in the second half, and then into extra time, and Lloyd James moving to a right back position did really well as well. So they all played their part. The details were good. The advice that I took from my colleagues on the bench was good as well. There's lots of information coming into me, and I have to say Matt Oakley, Matt Taylor, Andy Tilson, they all played their part in those substitutions, so well done them. And
this is the thing, of course, I mean, when you're down to 10 men and you know that potentially you've got extra time looming, if you do get that equaliser, that's a tough ask mentally as well, isn't it?
It is. I mean, being in that sort of game with 10 men, you do have the simplicity of a pretty straightforward plan. There's not much you can do. You have to stick to something very simple and just grind it out, and all the players had a common focus, and we had the odd bit of talent and ability and skill which just got us the opportunities we needed through Boateng and Edwards, and of course Jaden Stockley scored that goal with in that 6-yard box. But Pearce Sweeney deserves credit for taking the penalty and holding his nerve and putting a very good penalty away. And
actually having to do all of this after a long trip to Colchester, which was a hard one, I mean that in itself, I mean they have really dug deep tonight, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, don't forget Forest Green went to Grimsby on Saturday, so they had a long trip too. Forest Green played really well. Both teams made it a very good game. The referee was consistent throughout, and I think generally it's a very good game of football. Of course, I'm delighted to have gone through, and I'm feeling that excitement at the moment, but it was a really good game of cup football.